EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now it's Watson. Flush to his right. He'll run it. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. Bradley Roby, the quarterback, there to make the stop.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
From the 41, Watson. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 22-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. And he's got room. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. 22 yards. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida, and he powers his way up past the 30.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Good move.
41's the mic. 41's the mic. Tighten up.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Go! 180!
Here it comes. Slam.
And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Go! 180!
Hey, defense, let's go.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. And now he'll tuck it and run. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
Hey, 18.
Hey, 41's mic.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that will be incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Matt Nagy has made the decision. They're going to go for it here.
41's the mic. Check 41.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. Jordan Reed has it. The 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. On first down, here's Breida. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 15-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Packers 7, Bears nothing.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. On second down, a run with Breida. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down.
27-yard attempt.
The kick by Lambeau is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
That's it, baby. We go first.
Packers take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
29.
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Know your job. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson being chased out left. That's into the hands of Pascal. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 49 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Don't get nervous. Undercrush.
Here's Lindsey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
All day, dog. Motion.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person that's on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there's another first down run right there.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Watch the twist. Motion. Pop.
And an alley to run. He gets 12 on the keeper there, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Screen pass to Lindsey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Philip Lindsey. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Packers 14, Bears 3.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 19-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is James White. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Bravo. Let's go, D.
From the 27, Trubisky. And a hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this.
They go play action. Trubisky going deep downfield for Roll. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
And he finds the tight end, Reed. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Blue, blue, blue.
Check.
Now it's Breida. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Come on, 180s.
You ain't going nowhere. Key to tight end. Key to tight end. Four down. Four down.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Switch it. Switch it.
Lock in, lock in. Yep. Yep.
First down, here's White. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. James White, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are back within a single score. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game.
14, Bears 10. Josh Lambeau set to kick off.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 12-yard line.
Here's the tag.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Hey, 4 down.
The final shot before the break. Watson got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. So we have hit halftime of the 2019 opener from Chicago as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 29-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run with White. It appears they'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be 3rd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Check 41. Hey, watch his flat. Watch his flat.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in a long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
They keep it on the ground. White again. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Hey, exit.
fight 51. Mike 51.
Fourth down. Here's Trubisky looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Second and 8 at the 43-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
Check me out. Check me out.
2 points down, he's coming.
Safety's creeping.
Now Watson steps away to his left. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
24. 29.
Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up. Shit. Ball trot. Check 99.
Time to go.
Throwing on third down. Watson flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So the big play nullified, a legal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on fourth.
Alert.
They are going for it. Here's Watson. They're able to locate Wilson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Watson in the offense going to come up first and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And Pascal's got it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 22-yard line.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. Lindsey, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. Here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Stay open. Stay open.
31.
They'll run with Lindsey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. From the 2 now, second and goal.
Motion.
One more time with Lindsey. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Watson. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here we go, a big play in a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Bryant's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Trubisky. It's complete. James White. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He'll find Metcalf. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They run forward with Breida, and he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Trubisky with the give to Howard. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They defer to White out of the shotgun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Throwing now is Trubisky. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike. In your face.
Alert.
On 2nd down now. It's White. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
You got it.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Casey Hayward, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds. And then the last second, oh, no.